hmm Hey, good morning. Oh my gosh, I hope you had an amazing, fabulous weekend. I know I did, and have just been crazy busy. Oh my gosh. And then I forgot that today, every third Monday, is supposed to be the Monday that we have gathering, folks. Good morning, Ruth. I don't know if you remember, Ruth, but today is the third Monday, and it's supposed to be the gathering Monday. And so I got, well, because I was caught up, it was my birthday weekend. It was just whatever. I mean, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, that I hadn't sent out the invites. Just all kind of stuff has gone wrong. And so there's Stephanie. So I have been, I really messed it up. But whatever, you look fabulous today. How are you?
I'm feeling so good. I'm good. I'm good.
Good. What's going on? You all blushing? What's that about?
Life is amazing.
It is at that.
It is.
I love it.
Thank
Do
you.
tell. Tell, just, it's just
Yeah,
Ruth.
just stepping in my sacred holy yes, yes,
Mm, I
and
like it.
excited about what that is gonna mean. Trying to not be in full 100% control,
Mm,
but expecting the excitement. It's the beginning of the Aries season today.
yes.
Yes. So I
Yes,
thought
it
I
is
would
that.
channel in my authentic self and just see what that felt like without fear and anxiety and doubt and whatever.
Right.
So this weekend has just been about that. I put a little post on Instagram this morning that I only did 2 retakes, and I was going to do a third one, and I just laughed at myself and said, no, I'm just going to talk to the trees.
That is
so
beautiful.
yeah, just being encouraged to just dive in to whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. I just
Mhm.
feel just this sense of excitement. And I always get in this space and then I always worry about, is it going to go away? Is it going to go away? And so, yeah, I,
It's so funny. There was a song that used to be one of my favorite songs by oh, who was this by? It was called How Do We Keep the Music Playing?
yeah.
Make it last. How do you and then he
Oh, yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it. I
yeah,
can hear
how do
it.
you
How
yeah,
do you keep the music playing?
yeah.
How do you make it last? What? Who? What?
Um
Yes.
yeah, I had
Is
a
this
45 of it too.
Celine Dion?
No, it was a black guy. I want to say
Not
somebody like a Peabo, but not.
not Gregory Porter.
How do you not run out of new things to say?
Yes, I
Um,
can hear that.
I'm looking it up. James Ingram and Patty Austin.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes, yes. And it was such,
yes.
when I heard
Oh
that
my
song.
gosh.
And this was
Mm.
back when I was young back when this came out, but it was one of those songs that just resonated with me. Um, and and she was like asking, how can I be sure my heart will fall apart each time I hear
Yes.
his name? And then it goes
Yes.
on, and then it says, I know. Mhm. If we're always changing, how can it be the same? And then
Yes.
they go through this whole thing, and then they said at the end it was like they did this thing with Jesus. It was like yeah, I forget how it closed off, but at the end it was like, even Jesus was hung on the cross. It was so juicy and poignant at the time.
Yeah, no, it was right on time for right now. That was so good. I'm
Yeah.
just having such a weekend like that where it's just this, and then this, and then this. It's almost like God is like a pet out, pet out, pet out. Check this out, check that out. Like, just been like that.
Oh,
It's just
good,
been
good,
like
good,
that. So
good.
I don't want it to end.
But you know
Oh,
what, that is, there are I guess the group of people who are always talking about the other shoe was going to drop,
mhm.
and why can't we go from joy to joy?
Glory
Why
to
can't
glory
we
to glory.
just, yes,
Yes.
from that
Yes.
to that to that, and just
Yes.
keep it
Yes.
going
It's
without.
the intention that I set. It is for me, it's the intention that I set, and it's the defiance of that you're too much. That's what I'm standing in. That, yeah, let's just see what it would
Yeah,
be, and it's
yeah,
just been so good. It's been magical, which is my life. My life is magical, so it's just
excellent,
magical. Yeah, so
excellent,
that's what
excellent.
it is. Ah, that's what it is.
Good,
Ah, so yeah. Anyway,
good. I'm so glad you had such a delicious weekend.
I did.
Yeah, and mine's was, I oh, it's so funny how, expectations and desires change over the years. And where before COVID, I'll say pre-COVID, I probably would have been tripping about having just like a little small stuff with my family. But now it's
Mhm,
like I'm so grateful to,
mhm,
we just get in there at the table and add a few leaves to the table to stretch the table out, and everybody is in there like, like we were back in the day with, of course, with the add-ons, but just
mhm.
like everybody there all together. And that used to give my dad so much joy, just to
My
have us,
father too.
yeah,
That
have
must be a
us
man
all in the
thing.
same space.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And so it was one of those kind of weekends that was just so good to be in the space with all of my siblings, and yeah, and the folks that are close to our family. It was just good. It was really good. So
That's
I'm
good. I'm
really,
so glad you had a good time. I
mhm,
knew that you would.
mhm. Yeah, that's my normal. And I'm still like feeling myself out, right? Like, yeah, life is juicy like that. It's juicy like that. So good, 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 good. So, any big revelations this weekend?
So, um, gosh, that's a loaded question.
Great morning, Winnie.
Good morning, Winnie. Why aren't you on? She
Well,
can't get on.
Well, hey, if either of you guys, if anybody wants to come on and join us, you are
Oh,
invited.
that's right. You didn't send the link
I
out.
did not send out.
Oh, got it. Okay, okay, okay.
Let me
Sorry.
send out. I'm gonna copy invite link, and this is and no pressure because I realize
None at all.
unless you are ready to come on and come in, that just doesn't work for everybody. Let me see if I can get this. Um, will this work like this? Um, mm, let me see. If I put a question in here, will it work that way? Can y'all see that link?
Oh, let me look on my
Because the way that this thing works now, let's see if I just refresh that. Let's see if I refresh it, see if that'll work. Ruth or Winnie, can y'all see the link that I put up there? I don't know. Anyway, I'll put it, I can't comment on my own thing.
You can't?
Oh, here, let's try putting it in here. I don't, they changed around the way that this looks. And
I can't even get the notification that we're live on my phone.
right. This whole thing, the new way that they have it in. Okay, so she said she can't see it. So let me see if I okay, thank you. Let's see if I reply. I wonder, this will come in under somebody else's name, right? Let's see if that works. I don't know if that works or not. That is crazy the way, because I don't see it at all.
Let's see if I can go on. Okay, here we go. Let me put the number in.
Did I put it? Do you see it?
I'm in comments right now. 815. What's the number?
Oh, that's the way you're gonna do it? Okay.
What should I do?
No, go ahead. Go ahead and see how that works. Because this is not showing me how to do it any other way.
Oh, I gotta go on this darn email.
Okay, so let's see. I don't know how to do this any other way. This is crazy. Okay, so I sent a reply to somebody, but I'm not exactly sure about. Okay, now let's see. Live dashboard. What does this say here? I don't see how to do this any other way. Okay, maybe that went through. Okay, I think I just posted a link. Maybe.
Oh, good.
Okay. Now I see yours come up. Okay, there it is. Okay, so anybody who wants to come in and participate.
Come on in.
You are welcome. Yes. Okay, so let's see if I can then expand this a little bit. That's so cool. I tell you, I don't know. I was so like this weekend, I'm so caught up in my little stuff in my weekend that I
And
didn't even
you should, as you should
yeah,
have
I didn't
been.
even think
Yeah,
about sending out any invites
all
or
right.
anything like that.
It's all right.
I know I talked about it. We talked about it, but I ain't thought about it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's interesting. I sometimes I have such, you know how I am. I get these such powerful experiences that come through. And so the other day, so I got a couple of things that have woke me up in the morning. One of which was this, as they told me on my Lent thing, is that I'm declaring divine order in my life, because I was, every week we have to pick a fast and a feast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I
what am
like
I
that.
fasting from this week? Now, last week I was supposed to be fasting from, oh, there's Everett.
Everett, good morning.
Hey there. Happy spring.
Happy spring. Yeah.
How come he
Good,
look like he out and about already?
because I'm about to head out the door. I really
Ah,
am. But good morning to you both,
Good
ladies, and happy
morning.
belated birthday to you, Queen Sandra.
Yes,
thank
yes.
you. How you been?
I've been outstanding. Thank you so much for asking. Life is beautiful, it's great, it's grand, it's
Yes,
gorgeous.
it
That
is.
that it is.
Yeah. What's going on?
Ah, look, just
Everything.
yeah, we just sitting up here. I was just telling her about, asking her whether or not she had some wonderful grand revelations. And you seem to wake up with a revelation every day. What's yours? What's yours today, Everett?
It's funny. I woke up this morning telling Monica, I said that's we're gonna have an agreement. No matter what happens when our grandchildren get to be teenagers, we're not gonna let them run away and live with us.
Let's see you keep that agreement.
So, so my revelation this morning is there's one thing greater than family, and that's peace of mind.
Yeah. Ah, wow, that's big.
Oh.
That's so
Goodness.
big. Woo.
I don't know that the thought, I guess in my mind, I was like, "Ooh, don't they go hand in hand?" But
I was
maybe
gonna say,
not.
wow, that's big.
About that now, family don't always bring you peace of mind.
No, sir.
Well,
No, sir.
yeah,
This
but
is
they can certainly disturb it, can't they?
yeah. There's two
Yes.
kinds of family: family by circumstance and family by choice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Circumstantial family is family that's born to you and raised to you by God. They
Yeah.
brought to you in your bloodline. Family by choice is those individuals that you take based on like-mindedness, belief systems, moral values, etc., etc.
Yes. All
Ideally, you
that.
want your family by circumstance to be your family by choice, but it don't always work out like that.
I know.
It's true,
I
Sandra. Why
know.
you laughing?
Well, because I guess because yeah, I look, this is not something that I have to deal with. Everybody just always look at me like, oh, she gonna say no. I don't have a problem with telling people no. You know that.
Right.
And so, but I will help. I will help, but not outside of my comfort zone. So
Right.
I think because I keep very clear boundaries, I don't necessarily have I don't get my peace disturbed too often.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm certainly not in the situation that y'all are in.
They do say that there's one in every family.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, but even with that, I still establish very clear what the heck I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do. And feel like sometimes I feel like my mother was an Aries, right? Everett, when is your birthday?
14th of November.
Oh, you're a Scorpio. How did I forget that? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, those are people you just don't mess with either.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we are great people. We are
But they
loyal.
love their family.
We loyal. We loyal to our
Oh,
and
loyal
our
to your
family.
family. That's the
Sure,
Scorpio. Yes,
sure.
yes, yes, yes,
That's for sure.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
And
yes, yes.
yeah, we talk about symbolism, especially in astrological signs. And the
Mm-hmm.
Scorpio is represented by two symbols. You know that, right?
Besides the Scorpion?
Yeah. The other is the eagle. So as the saying goes, there's two kinds of Scorpios. Ones that crawl on the earth, that's the scorpion, and ones that soar above it. The ones that crawl on the earth are the worst of the worst, and the ones that fly are the best of the best.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's
Oh
true about
gosh,
Pisces
I can
too.
resonate with that.
That's true about Pisces too. They say that there's two fish swimming in opposite directions. And one is one way and the other is another. And people used to always say, "Oh, Pisces seems so flighty to me." And I was like, "Okay, bet, right? Okay." I just like I'm like of that mindset. Okay.
I haven't met flighty Pisces. I haven't. I've met very
Okay.
focused Pisces. So,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
so y'all embellish me a little bit and let me do something. I'm still getting ready to leave the house. So
Okay,
okay,
my screen's gonna go blank for a minute, but I'll still talk to you guys while I finish getting ready. Is that okay?
that's
that's
wonderful.
fine.
All
That's
right.
fine.
That's
Thank you.
wonderful. So what I was about to say about my mother is that my mother was one of those people, just Aries. And when my mother came at you, she came at you like a locomotive. I mean, it was clear and decisive, and it wasn't like, like if you could describe things coming at you, like something like a car or something like that. My mother would have been like, I can't even use Mack truck because a Mack truck didn't have the follow behind it that my mother had, and she would just kind of boom, and it was like you got all of this. So once she hit you up front, then you got all of this in the back too that's coming at you. So I can always appreciate and respect that, because you always knew where she was, how she stood, that kind of stuff. It wasn't anything ambivalent or wishy-washy about my mother.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I get a call from my ex-husband, my first husband, George, this weekend. And it's funny that you were saying that, is because he was just checking in on me. He knew I had relocated and wanted to, get a little feel about how I was doing regarding that. And I was just sharing with him. Well, first he started talking about my being so analytical and how what is that?
That's me. I'm over here trying to see if
Uh,
because I don't know how to get the comments up, but go ahead. I'm
oh,
listening
so
to what
and so
you
he
mean.
was
So
just sharing how he said, yeah, you sitting over there analyzing yourself, doing your own work on you. He was like, does it ever stop? Does it ever stop? And so I was just doing a process with him of something that I sharing with him, something I was doing. And then I was telling him how I had disclosed to you about how I used to wake up so angry, and I was like, and I think we were living in Canton at the time, and so he was like, well, of course you was angry. You was married to me. So we just bust out laughing. And he said, but one thing about it is that I don't care what was going on our journey. About 1 o'clock in the morning is you like, hey, wake up. I need to talk about this. He said, so you would be the therapist before you became a therapist. And I said, I need you to share that in my book. He was like, I would gladly share it because you've kept me up many nights or mornings needing to talk about the problem. He was like, we could have a physical fight. And then you're like, hey, we're not done with this. We're not done with this. Let's talk about this. And how do we do it? And it was just so comical to hear him talk about just how I process. And it was also it was refreshing to know that this is just who you are. Like, you're not going to let it go. You're not going to just be like, oh, well, that's just the way that it is. No, we need to figure it out so we can do it differently next time. And I was just like, thank you. So he just added this little cherry on top this weekend to my working on this authenticity. Somebody asked me to do a teaching on authenticity. And so he just kind of added to it this weekend about me and this not letting it go and coming so hard. And I can come so hard and then be like, all right, so now let's talk about this. And I've done my children like that too. But yeah, so
That's funny.
I get the whole Mack truck thing, and then I get the stuff that's coming behind it because it ain't over yet. Until I'm satisfied. Now we can go to sleep.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you about me, girl. We probably would have had to go on the Dukes. I tell people all the time, there's a lot of things you can do, but don't wake me up. Because when you wake me up, we ain't got nothing to do but fight.
I'd be like, okay, now you up.
Girl, I hate somebody waking me up.
Once a month ago.
Oh, I can't stand that. I can't stand that. I don't care if you just thinking you want to cuddle. Don't you better start it before I go to sleep. Oh, I'm a booger bear when you wake me up. So, and so I guess that's something that one would have to get used to. And to understand, like, the one guy that I dated, I had to understand the way that he communicated better. Like, if we were sitting face to face, he wasn't all that great with a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But if we were driving in a car and we're both looking forward, he's better. Or if we're laying in the bed and we're both looking up, he's better. But there was something that was a disconnect, or I don't know if it seemed confrontational or what, when I just wanted to just say, can we talk? It just did not work the same. So, I get that laying in the bed, but there was
I'm a need a knee communicator. So I don't really like solving issues over the phone. So I think that's why I do so well as a therapist, because I like to be knee to knee, face to face, as skin to skin as I can. Like I am. That's important to me. To be able to feel, and I'm sure. I'm learning. I can feel energy over this Wi-Fi stuff, but it's just different. I like to be in close proximity. I want to be able to reach out and touch your hand, or like that 11-year-old that was crying. I wanted to rub his back so bad, but I couldn't. But I could just sit there and do this, at least. But had we been virtual, it just wouldn't have worked for me. So once the fire is down and we're arm to arm, I'm just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I just wonder about, though, if somebody else has a different, like when you have different communication styles, how that works.
We have to honor that. Well, we have to honor.
Right, because if you're telling me that your best way is knee to knee, and I'm saying that his was always like, we got to be looking
away from each other.
Yeah. I
don't know if we get down like that all the time, though. I don't know if we would be in a constant communication, because I would probably be overwhelming to that person. And I would often probably feel disconnected. If I need to face and you can't engage me, then I would probably feel disconnected. But we would, probably wouldn't be in a real intimate connection because it wouldn't have worked for us. Not that there's anything wrong with the way that person communicates.
Everett, how do you see that?
Well, I guess for me, I'm one of those people. I'm kind of like, I try to cut things off before they get started. So I try to begin every day with like pillow talk.
Mm-hmm.
Just have that intimate time. And it's easier to discuss, especially difficult stuff. Like if you're in total disagreement or you mad or you upset, that pillow talk still allows for you to maintain contact.
Yes.
Contact is important to me. Yeah, and it's just how we do it. So we try to start most mornings with just a little pillow talk about what happened, what the differences were, how we can work it out, how we can work through it. And we always are able to express our feelings and how it made us feel. But it gets intense sometimes, especially in a marriage. So for us, that's how we view it.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. It's not, I didn't plan it that way, but I definitely understand the way that I communicate, and I understand the necessity of it being that way for me in a connection.
Yeah, well, look, bless your husband's heart, because girl, if you'd have woke me up at 1 o'clock for some, what I would have called some bullshit, girl, I would have.
That's how you doing it, Sandra. That's how you doing it.
I mean, I promise you, I have I'll never forget.
I'm visualizing this like it's never gonna stop. Every once in a while, they're gonna wake up. Say, we need to talk. You say, "What the fuck you want now?" Excuse my language about that, but I can just see that coming out your mouth at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, you want now? Told you I don't do that.
I'd be telling people, don't wake me up. I don't care unless the house is on fire. If I'm asleep, you better honor my sleeping. And so it was so hilarious because this one time I was dating this guy, and he was a pretty big guy. I mean, just solid, like football player solid. And that brother woke me up like in the middle of the night, like he was about to, like go. And I was like, that was the first thing. And then I guess he gonna try it again. And I got up and I'm trying to hit him. And he's like, oh, baby, come here. I'm like, this big bugger, Negro, waking me up. I was like the next day, I was like, you're gonna have to find someplace else to sleep because I can't do that. I understand why people be having separate rooms.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, don't wake me up.
No.
I be trying to get and you know what? And that's something I have really kind of because I also recognize how wonderful and valuable sleep is to me. And so I ask myself, even nowadays that I am that I wake up in this 4:30 hour, I'm asking myself how long I can continue this. Because really, I mean, I love the fact that I get up early, but I don't know that I ever feel like I get enough sleep. And I really am trying my best to honor my body and what it needs. So I don't know. I just you forgot something, had to go back in the house, came back out. And now the Wi-Fi dropped them.
No, you're frozen.
Anyway, so I guess I can get better. So I guess Ruth and Winnie, neither of them are coming on. You know what? I am okay. So Ruth says she's a Scorpio also.
Awesome.
Okay, okay, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio rising. So a lot of my personality and in-depthness is a lot of my Scorpio that
Oh,
moves. That's the part of me that well, I'm an Aries too. I'm loyal. I'm double loyal. Aries are very loyal people, and then the Scorpion in me is loyal. Loyal to a fault to some degree, but
Yeah, I do believe I have a Taurus rising. That's what
okay.
I'm told. So very interesting energy with that too. But I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, anyway, nonetheless, Everett is actually getting on out of there. Is Monica riding with you?
Monica is actually helping me move cars around so I can get out of here on time.
Okay.
She got out of bed to do that, so I let you know just how wonderful y'all are as queens in our world, how supportive you are. So that's cool.
Uh-huh.
Good.
But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm moving with y'all. I'm moving with y'all this morning.
And so
Okay.
and so Stephanie, one of these days, like during the summertime, Monica and Everett have these little parties out on their deck.
Mm-hmm.
Everett had a fire pit outside, and yeah, it's kind of cool to hang out with them as he cooks.
As he cooks.
As he
Cooking
cooks.
always good. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I stood
And
in the grass yesterday.
did you?
Yes, that was good. I hadn't done that in a while. It was a little breezy, but I went by my parents, and before I went in, I stood in the grass and got myself grounded. So I'm looking forward to that. I tried the whole cold shower thing, and I just have to do it again.
Yeah, it's definitely a shock to your system.
Ooh.
It
Ah,
is, it's a definite shock to your system, but I still do it nonetheless. It's good for me.
yeah.
So now so part of my revelation this weekend was about divine order, getting divine order in my home, because we talked about that I feel like I need to do a serious spring cleaning and get some of the stuff that is in my house out. So this decluttering kind of idea. The other thing is that I got a phone call from the a friend of mine's. His brother called me last week, and I was thinking to myself, like, I need to revisit some of there's some stuff I need to revisit. So that's interesting. That was real interesting. So I know that seemed cryptic. Yeah. I have a friend of mine who years ago, I used to hang out with him years ago. Ooh, I can't even tell you how many years ago, 20 years ago. But the funny thing is when I used to hang out with him, it was never like a romantic thing. We were just friends. However, I used to always dream that he would live with me one day. If that seems like an odd thing to dream, he was always somebody that I thought would live with me. And so I thought to myself the other day when I heard from his brother, I said, "Oh, let me go check him out and see what's going on with him. See what's up with him." Yeah, because I need to explore that. I need to explore that. So see what that is, what that is. That's yeah, that's calling to me. So it's just, life in all those varied situations is so interesting and constantly challenging and revealing to us new things. The other thing that
Mm-hmm.
came up was
Mm-hmm.
that for me, it came up that it's not enough for me just to do this book without actually also doing the work to find my family.
Yeah.
So the self exploration is only one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
So if I am going to continue on in this book, I got a clear feel that I need to also find the rest of my family to do that patchwork on my family.
I think that when people are a lot of times reluctant or resistant to journaling consistently, because it does open you. It opens you when you write, or write this way or type. It opens us up. And I haven't met a person, including myself, that has not allowed words or language to fall in front of their eyes where they weren't then open to like go in another direction or go in this direction or go in that direction. I think that there's a power in writing. Actually, I'm doing a wellness writing class, but I don't know if it's open to the public on Friday. But there is a power in writing um that seems to like, it's almost like a cracking of an egg, and it just kind of opens you up, and then all this stuff just kind of oozes out, and there's more and there's more and there's more. And I hear that over and over again, and I can say that in my own life. And I also can say that I have journals where I have started writing, shut them down, put it
Mm.
away. And as I had started this writing journey with you, I have been reading those journals, and and I see where, oh, that was a place in me that I wasn't ready to explore. So I shut it down, and I got another journal later and started in a new journal, because there were areas that I was like, I'm not going to go there, or I'm sick of talking about that, or I don't want to express that, or and sometimes it was, I was married and I didn't want my person to get a hold of my book, so I closed that off,
Mhm.
or whatever. But yeah, I'm welcoming everybody to take the writing journey. It doesn't have to be published, but there's something about the written word and seeing it in your face
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of opens us up.
And I think that there is, because it's kind of like, to me, it's that, it's kind of like, I think of it like a whale, where you go for water. And when you dip down, there's a part of you that then has to dip down. And as you dip down for water and you bring up water, every time you may be bringing up something that it seems like, hopefully when we're pulling water, we're pulling off at the top, but every once in a while we're stirring up stuff that
Yes.
has been down there and been dormant. So you stir up the stuff, and as you bring it up, you get to look at it.
Yes.
And so for me, that is part of the richness of it, is how do I go deeper with whatever it is that I'm sharing? How do I create a openness to speak the truth, and not just a surface truth, but one that, because I'm here's the funny thing. There are people who try to be, I'm gonna put it this way, because we being are truthful here. There are people who try to be pretty. There are people who try to be cute. There are people who really care about how other people perceive them. I I have in the past been like the person that's like, we just gonna plop it down and let it be what it's gonna be. Because what I know is that people respond to what it is that they like. And it really is not about the things that we think it's about. You know, I mean, I think that we do a lot of the stuff we do for ourselves. You know, this sprucing up and putting on this and putting on that. We do it for ourselves. It
Well, we
ultimately
better.
is not, uh-huh.
You better do it for yourself.
Yeah,
Because at the end of
ultimately
the
it's
day,
not for the person that we're trying to attract, but it does help us feel different in our skin.
mm-hmm.
So
Well, I want to challenge anybody that's doing it for the person that you're wanting to attract. I do. I want that to not be a narrative. Yeah.
you know that has been people have, people are more consumed with what they think other people think about them than what they feel and think about themselves.
Hmm.
And so, yes, that is the way that so many in our culture do, because we're constantly, whether I see people who used to compare themselves to people on TV or compare themselves to people around them and them busy trying to, I'm like, oh,
That's
that ain't,
exhausting.
yeah.
Yeah, so mine was never physical. It was always intellectual or whatever this is. I don't know. Being able to, in the past, you and I could have this dialogue right here, and then I'd get off, and then I'd have to process every conversation. And I hope that didn't come across wrong. I hope I wasn't being too snarky. I hope I wasn't being too judgmental. I hope I wasn't that would be in my head all the time, all the time. And the only time that I didn't have that experience, if I was ministering through music, man, whatever, walked away, didn't care. I know I slammed that. When I'm in the therapy room, no problem. I know I slammed that. But if you and I were just having a dialogue with anybody, even my parents, I would be processing. Was I too snarky? Was it too much? Did I say enough? Most of the time it was, did I say too much? Should I just have listened? Did I cut that person off? Because that was a good thing too, that I had an idea, I wanted to get it off. And that became a thing, practicing that. So my challenge was not so much about what somebody thought about on the outside, as much as in my exchange back and forth, can you feel my love? Can you feel my integrity? Can you feel how passionate I am about this without trying to put you down? Or, can we both share an opposite opinion of each other and still there be love? That's why I think connection communication is important to me, because it was, can we share our differences and still be in love, stay in love? Can we still stay? I don't want to feel, I remember saying to Rob, why is it when we have difference of opinions, it feel like you in Europe and I'm in America? Why do we always feel like we're in two different countries? why is this feeling between us? And I used to be like, can you just stand over here, stand beside me or something? Because it just used to feel like this, you know, just this long ocean of water was like between us. And I can't ever say that it ever changed. That's probably why we're divorced. Because that never changed. When we had a difference of opinion, it just seemed like, hey, I can't be in fellowship with you if you're not agreeing with me. And I'm so quite the opposite, like very the opposite. I think it's good that we can still be okay and not be together, but I just need to make sure you understand me. You may not agree, but you need to understand. I need to feel that you understand me, that you get me. So that was my thing, where somebody else's thing may be external. I want to make sure I dress right, look right. But mine was this, how do we connect? How do we verbally play ball together? How do we,
That's
how do we,
interesting.
mhm.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I got a lot of, okay. So I have a lot of stuff around, people, because I've never felt as if there, and maybe this is why I'm not married, or because I'm not that person, but I'm always thinking that you're entitled to your opinion, your thoughts, your ideas, your secrets, your stuff. It is, yeah, it is. And so I don't need to argue something to death. I don't need to make sure any of that stuff. I just need to state my stuff clearly. And once I do that, I just I leave it there. I'm not one that tries to, I've seen people who once, they kind of remind me of the Pharaoh, once they declare a thing, then let's put it in writing and post it over here on the wall so that now the new rules. And I'm sitting up there saying, I may have understood what you said, but I can't abide by your new rules, right? Don't give me that, so let it be written, so let it be done, bullshit stuff, I'm like, I'm not that girl. I get that that this is not a place where we meet in the middle, and that's cool for me.
It is cool.
Right? That's cool. Now, if it is something that, like Everett had talked about before, if it's a deal breaker thing, then that becomes something else. Because if it's something that I've got that I just can't live with, then we got a problem. But anything,
or do we? Or this, there needs to be change. It doesn't even have to be a problem. It just, we're going to do this different. Like, we're not going to do this.
Okay. I mean, but so folks are grown. We are grown. We are grown. So I can't imagine somebody saying to me, oh, like something I'm not going to do. Right. It just, and so that becomes a conversation or something we'd have to work out too. Because, yeah, just who I am. Sometimes look, I'm so in love with me.
Okay.
and there today, my my A Course in Miracles thing is there is no will but God's will, and sometimes we get confused about it. And so sometimes people have to learn how to stand their ground, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm against you. It just means that
I'm for me.
Yes.
For me.
So yeah, so it becomes,
that's why I was saying that, is it a problem, or is it that you're just standing for yourself? It's not a problem. I'm for me.
Okay. And so that becomes, that's the conversation to have and to understand.
Yeah.
It's not, my way or the highway kind of conversation. It is, this is my truth. This is where I stand. And then also knowing that other people have the right to be in that space as well.
Yes. Yes.
It all just kind of works out wonderfully like it is supposed to work out. And I can appreciate all of that.
I think Winnie has said something about words. I I had meant to mention it. I saw it come across here about words having power or words. Of course, I just totally took myself completely out of
Oh,
Facebook.
where there is a will, there is a way. That was no.
She has
That
this
was 40
about
minutes.
words.
Oh, I love the release in writing words. Yes, I love the release in writing words. She said that 10 minutes ago. So this is the way that this screen is working. It is really bizarre for me. Let me show you what my screen looks like at the moment. I'm going to show you just because I can. All right. So if you see this screen, right?
Oh, okay.
So this is what the screen looks like as I scroll down. Now, if I wanted to see the top, there it is where we are.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if I'm looking up here and this on this thing now, it says
Mm-hmm.
we've got 4 views. But if I look down here, I got to keep scrolling back and forth. And as you can see, all of the comments that have come in have now disappeared. And then I got to go back and scroll through here and see that I got comments. So, hey, Sandra, Alexandra,
Sandra.
hey, yes. So that's how this is looking, and that's why it seems so but that's a whole new screen that
Wow.
wasn't a screen that I had just last week. They just started this whole whatever this is dashboard is, and I'm not understanding all the ways that it works yet. I haven't played with it. I need to play with it when we're not on air.
Yeah, I've been doing a little messing around with technology and trying to change the language of I don't do technology, whatever, because I get myself so flustered. And yet everything and everyone is calling me to this place. And so I've been, messing around with it. And I got to use a bigger monitor because this little laptop is like not enough. It's not enough desk space for me. I
Yeah.
need some more room.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So, I have, um, I don't even want to say I have 2 monitors. I had a TV that I wasn't using. And so
oh,
I bought a plug and I plugged my television into my computer. And so it serves as a monitor.
that's yummy.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm talking about. Because just learning it, I feel like I don't have enough room. I don't have enough space to move everything around so I can see where everything is and things get lost behind each other. And so then I'm just like, forget it. But
So
I'm on
there's a
this,
little blue plug on your, I'm sure, I don't
I
know
have
what
it.
kind of, yeah,
Hmm.
okay. That little blue plug is a plug that you can plug into your television
Okay.
and or a monitor.
Or a bigger monitor.
Yeah. And you too, Ruth.
See you, Ruth. Have a great day. A marvelous Monday to you.
Yes, yes, yes. Um, And so yeah, so you can always just, if you wanted to still use the same laptop and plug to something bigger, you can do that. Or you can actually go and buy yourself a monitor. The wonderful thing about just using a television as a monitor is that anytime I just needed another TV, I could just unplug this and still use
Yeah.
it as a TV.
I have a large monitor I was using to run my DVDs through right now, but I'm going to bring it in here and use it for probably what it was really intended for in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Um,
oh, Sandra has one that she's been trying to give away.
oh, well, here I am. Here are my hands
Time.
open. Thank you very much.
Yay. Yes, please. And
Thank
thank
you. Thank
you.
you.
Isn't that
Absolutely.
amazing? That's,
Magic,
yeah,
magic,
that's,
magic. I love it.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a blessing. All right. So, anyway, I guess it's time for us to get off of here, is it?
Yes. Yes. We did
I am,
54 minutes an hour. What? Yeah, almost an hour.
yeah. Well, you know what? So on the third Mondays, we're supposed to go from 8 until, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we start off a little later and we're supposed to go a little later. But since I messed this up, do we want to try to do this again? Or do we want to just say that the next one will be in April?
Oh.
Uh,
Yes, I'm open either way.
Okay.
You want to do it in April, or you want to try it again on the 28th, or
Well, it just, you know what, and if it doesn't matter to anybody
third
else
Monday.
though, because last time Ruth popped in, I haven't seen Sarika in on the beginning of the show. Sometimes she'll comment on the back end. It's it's
I
not
know. Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah. So we'll just
But
keep our schedule.
yeah, okay.
We'll just keep our
And
schedule,
yeah,
and I will be more supportive in helping you on that part of the journey too. Like, I don't mind supporting you, and I wish
okay.
that I had thought about that. It was your birthday weekend, and I didn't, but I
Yeah.
don't mind being of a support, even if it's just a little reminder.
Okay, great. So then tomorrow we will come in and we'll pick up with It Didn't Start With You. I'm always excited about this work that we are doing.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
yeah, kids are on spring break this week.
Ooh,
I might end up in the park walking with a niece or nephew, trying to do
nice.
some connecting. Yeah,
Very nice.
different, yeah. So this will be good. This will be a good week. I hope everybody has a marvelous Monday. And
Yes,
we will pick up with
yes.
this tomorrow. Sandra, I hope to see you back here tomorrow. She said contact her on Messenger.
Okay, I will.
Um,
I will inbox you this morning.
okay. Okay. Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes,
Okay.
yes, 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 yes. We say
All
yes.
right. So we will
Yes. All right.
start with,
So,
didn't start with you tomorrow.
okay.
The
I will talk to
processes that
you.
he's taking us through.
Okay. All right, dear.
Right.
Thank you
Having
so
a
much for being
marvelous
here.
Monday. Enjoy.
Yes, yes.
Bye
Marvelous
bye.
Monday. All right, you guys. And so I'm going to be out here. I'm popping out because because it's time. And I got a lot of work to do myself if I am going to be about the business of doing this family research. I need to spend at least put aside some time every day towards that and figure out what that looks like for me. I know that Cleveland Public Library offers a lot of services in doing the family search and whatever that may mean. So I am up on Ancestry, and so I haven't even been working the options that I do have. But in claiming divine order in my space and with my time, it means that if something is important to me, I need to allocate a certain amount of time to it. Just like we allocate time for morning glory, an hour every day, I need to then begin to allocate a certain amount of time to the other things that I find important. And one of the things that we talk about is we show value in things by how we spend our money or the time that we spend on it. And for me, time is money. Money is time. And so that it becomes this, let me show my value or what I'm valuing through what I allocate towards it. So I'm going to start searching and looking and trying to put some, and y'all can actually, pull my chain and say, how's it going? How's it coming? So that I can make sure that I'm at least putting towards that you know, a half hour. I want to say 20 minutes to a half an hour every day, to just kind of like looking and doing some digging or some excavating and making some phone calls and stuff like that. I don't know what that looks like for anybody else, but yeah, that's what it looks like for me. It looks like I got company again. So I don't know what that looks like for anybody else, but I know that for me, it is going to, it's going to look like that I'm just trying to dig and see what else is going on. Everett, you back?
Yeah, how you like that? I don't know what happened. Took me a while. I don't give up, you know that.
I see. We were just signing off. Stephanie already signed off.
Oh, okay, I'm so sorry, Sandra.
Oh, why you apologizing, babe?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna put you in my calendar every time you send me that. So if you could just send me a text with it, then I'll put you in my calendar and make specific time for you.
Okay.
If you will allow me that.
Okay, I will. I would gladly do that. That is, I always enjoy your input, whatever that may look like.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so go and have a fabulous day.
I will.
And,
I will. You too.
Yeah, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, yeah. Sandra, I'll be in touch with you over Messenger. All right, see ya. Love you and have a marvelous Monday.